So the market sold off aggressively today, as I warned you guys last night. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have some questions like, how low could we go? Is there any opportunities to make some money? In today's video, we're going to dive deep into some of these opportunities so that y'all can be ready for tomorrow. One stock is about to make a big move, I think, and I think it's worth looking into. So let's dive into the charts right off the bat. We got the SPY, and yeah, that level right there, 67, 72-ish. That's going to get hit at some point this week. We have about 3 more days left. So after every big move, typically what usually happens in the market is the market plays games for a little bit before the next move down. That's why I drew the zigzags right here in last night's video. I left them on here just to kind of teach the way it moves. Okay, so but it doesn't have to. Like, it really doesn't have to. It could fall again after being slow in the morning and then accelerating downwards in the second half of the day tomorrow. Kind of like this type of movement where we got 3 red candles in a row, all right, or this type of movement where we really went down fast, right? It could speed up, it really could, but the situation is bearish. It is for the SPY and also for the Nasdaq. Right now the futures is looking like a doji, which is fine. This bearish pennant is there, and with this I expect the Nasdaq to get somewhere. It might seem a bit aggressive, but it's just my first opinion when I look at this. I expect it to get down here. I do. It might not be super fast, but you gotta, again, this is why we make videos, all right, day by day as we get more candles. And then if things change, then we pivot with the market, we adapt, all right, we change our outlook. But for now, I was bearish last week, and then this week I am still bearish. So watch the Nasdaq for a continuation down. Let's check out the VIX real quick. And the VIX is moving faster than expected up to this level of resistance at 28. The faster we drop, the quicker this thing rises. So my thoughts and opinions are not changing about the VIX. Now, let's talk about a stock that there's a setup. It just broke down today, and I like it. And I think it's good enough to share it in today's video. We have AVGO, Broadcom. I think this is the 3rd most valuable semiconductor stock. The first one being NVIDIA, obviously. And then the next one, TSM. And then this one. Or vice versa. It's either 2nd or 3rd. But it has a bear flag on a chart. It broke it down today, right? So we have a bear flag that stretches from December and goes across right here. And then we also have this essentially is a continuation down from that earnings letdown that happened in December. Typically, when a stock experiences something like this, it keeps dropping for like 3 months straight. Typically, especially when the gap is that big. So I think this is the part where we see this thing really roll over. After hours, it looks like it bounced a little bit to 335 from the close. But even if it opens up at that price at 335, I think it might chill in the morning before accelerating downward like this to 325. And then Thursday, we might move even lower like that. But the end goal for this, I think, is going to be definitely, I think we're going to break below this level right there, right here at 324. I think that's going to get breached this week. And then there's a gap on the left right here at 306. So it's really a matter of time before that gap on the left gets filled. So we'll see. And to give y'all another perspective, this is how the weekly chart is looking. The weekly chart is rolling over. This is not a video where I tell you guys, yeah, we're gonna make a massive move like this into earnings and then we're gonna crush earnings. Like, no, the situation is different. So we'll see what happens with this one. Be on the lookout for a surge in volume. So that's one structure. The other structure is actually smaller on the 1 hour, which is still bearish still, right? So something like this is also expected, or something like this is what I expect for AVGO. Now let's discuss another stock, another semiconductor stock. Yesterday I shared with y'all TSM and why I thought it was going to drop from 340 to 320 to 330, right? This drop right here from here to here, and it did that. So congrats to anybody who was able to catch it. Right now on the daily, the chart is officially bearish. So tomorrow, if the market doesn't move, we might see a doji that looks like this. The volume might be a little bit smaller than today's volume. And then on Thursday, we can see a continuation down. All right, I expect this whole week to kind of be red. I really do. So we'll see if this comes to pass. We'll see. Now the next stock, the other stock that I gave you guys yesterday was Tesla. Congrats to anybody who was able to catch this one. It had a gap down all the way down to below 430, formed a bearish pennant intraday, and provided an opportunity from here until the close. It already went down to 420, which I told y'all it would in yesterday's video. And then I also put an alert right here at 405. Again, if the Nasdaq falls quickly, this one will also fall very, very quickly. And it will ring at 405. Yeah. The head and shoulders is there. Right now, it's like right below the neckline too. So the bears are in full control of Tesla. And even if we change this to the weekly, they're definitely in full control on Tesla. They are. Now, let's discuss another one. I know this video seems a bit very one-sided, but that's just how things are looking. I can't tell you guys that I'm bullish on anything. I really can't. I also showed y'all Caterpillar, which I wanted to watch for a drop, and it definitely did as well. It hit that level of support right at 626. Now, something like this is very interesting because it is a bullish structure, but the location makes it sus. That's why I didn't trust it to go where it's supposed to go. Typically, when something like this happens, it goes all the way up towards like 680 or 700. But because of the environment that we're in, and because I expect everything to fall, right, it's starting to look sus. And everybody who bought shares or who bought calls right here, their stop loss is like right underneath, that this candle right here. This is where their stop loss is, and they're already selling. So when this rings at 623, when that rings, they're going to panic sell, and this thing is gonna drop even more. Like the next daily candle should be much bigger than the two that we've seen here. We might even see 3 black crows on the daily. Okay, this is the first thing that I'm seeing in my mind when I'm looking at the situation right now. This is it. Okay, so do not be surprised and be on the lookout for it, because obviously that is a big move like that provides massive opportunity on put options. Now, something had earnings today, and that something is Netflix. Netflix, I've been critical of Netflix for a while. I think in a Discord, or yeah, a lot of you have been putting some comments about Netflix, and I told y'all that I think it's gonna get much lower. Like ever since that earnings let down from here, from 123 all the way down to 110, the move down, my price target is very aggressive, but also realistic. I think it's gonna get much lower, like much lower. So right now it's at what, 82. This is how it's doing. It again had another earnings letdown. Expect a pop to 84, followed by a fade like that down to 80. right here. This is where it's gonna be, and then it's gonna have another round of of a fade like this. It's gonna continue on. Like every time it does this, it's just gonna have another 3 months of downward trend. All right, I think it's gonna look exactly like this throughout the next 3 months. Yeah, I could be wrong. Again, if you disagree with what I'm saying in this video, if you disagree, if you don't think Netflix will fall all the way down there, let me know and we'll argue in the comment section all you want. All right, but that's my thoughts on Netflix. I'm not too eager to dip by this thing. I'm just gonna patiently wait until the bottom is in, and then when the bottom is in, I'm gonna make another video, and then my perspective on it is gonna be much different from what y'all seen in this video. All right, so again, if you have comments, questions, drop it in the comment section of the video. Don't forget, I'm not your financial advisor. Do your own research, and these are only my opinions, and sometimes they're wrong. Today I definitely wasn't. Everything collapsed like I told you I would. So as always, don't forget to like and follow for more.